Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
So I've been reading a lot of your guys' comments, of course, and what I see time and time again is people saying DCS is too complicated for me, I could never do it, I'm too dumb, you know, all these things about DCS, and they think they can never get into it. They say I would love to, but I just don't think I can. In this video, I want to show you how easy it is. I'm going to talk you through everything. I have a little mission built here for us. I'm going to talk you through the takeoff. We're going to get into the mission. You can download the mission. It's going to have an easy version, an advanced version. It's going to have instructions for where to install it so you can use it. And I'm going to run the mission here on the video today so you can see exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you exactly what to click in the cockpit. We're going to take off. We're going to get up there. We're going to engage in some air-to-air combat, shoot down some Mig-29s, and that's going to be the video. And I think you guys are going to be surprised by how simple it is. As I talk you through everything, you're going to realize, oh yeah, this is actually not that bad. Turns out I'm not that dumb. I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. So if you're interested in getting into DCS, this video is for you. Stick around, watch it, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Also, one thing I'll say before we get started, if you use the code GSF16 when you're buying your F-16, links to that below, you'll get 10% off. If you're new to DCS, you'll get an additional 50% off. That's like 60% off. You know, it's crazy. You're not going to get numbers like that anywhere else, I don't think. So it's the perfect time to get into DCS. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so as we go through this, I'm going to write some controls on the screen. And in order to find those controls, all you have to do is press escape and then press adjust controls. And then at the top here, you're just going to type search. You're going to click search and you're going to type in whatever bind I write on the screen. So let's say I type in, or I tell you to type in target management switch up, left, down, right, all of these things, right? You're just going to go ahead and search that. I'm going to write this on the screen. You're going to search it here and you're going to bind it to whatever you like, your keyboard, your throttle, your joystick, whatever you want, okay? And that's what we're going to call binding something, right? Bind your controls, that's what that is. So the first thing I like to do, and keep in mind, I'm not walking you through correct procedure. I'm just trying to show you quick things you can do so you can get in the air and have some fun, right? You see these lights here? We have our navigation lights, red, green, right? So the first thing I like to do is come over here and I just turn the master mode off, formation lights, everything, navigation lights, I just put it all to off. The next thing I like to do is come over here and turn on the helmet mounted sight. I put that all the way up, and so now you'll see that we have a helmet mounted sight. This is how we would cue AIM-9Xs, right? The next thing we're going to do is come over here and we're going to turn on the RWR by giving it power. And as that's on, your RWR will function, right, when there's actually something to show you. So all of that, let me see, what else? I like to put the countermeasures to manual. And you can turn off your flares. You see here you have 60 flares, 60 chaff. You can turn those off, or you can turn them on. Or you can just turn chaff off, leave flare on, right? Let me see. I think that's about everything I do. I also like to, you should technically put master arm on if you want to shoot anything, right? Normally you would do that in the air for obvious reasons, but just for now, I'm going to put it in the up position. You have your HSD. You want to make sure you have that selected. When you click over to air-to-air mode, this is your navigation mode. You're going to press air-to-air here. And you see this is, you see the RWR is showing you E3, this is the AWACS, right? And so now this is air-to-air mode with the circle around it. And you can come down here and you press HSD, and that brings this up. This is also like data link, like bandits will be shown here to you by the AWACS. And you can change the range of that by bumping that out, bumping it in, right? So I'll go to 120 for now. This is your radar screen. If you have no idea how the radar works, I'll have a video to that linked below as well on how the F-16 radar is gonna function. And that's about it. You also need to press S on your keyboard to get your nose wheel steering to come on, and you'll see right here, it'll turn on, it'll say nose wheel steering NWS, right? So now you can actually drive the aircraft on the ground, taxi the aircraft, right? So you're going to do that with the pedals. You can see those moving. And so we're just going to get going. I'm going to apply a little bit of throttle. The F-16 doesn't need a lot. And I'm just going to use the rudder. To turn the aircraft. That's it. Nice and easy. It's not that hard. You also should probably bind your brakes, your wheel brakes, so if you maybe put in too much throttle, you can slow down. Now go nice and easy with the F-16. If you put in too much throttle, you know, she doesn't like it at all. She'll tip over. And once again, just using a rudder to steer the aircraft. You know, it's not that hard. It's easy when somebody explains it to you. You know, when I tried to learn this on my own, it took me 3 days. Something so simple, right? It's really not that complicated. And once you learn one plane, all the other ones are kind of easy. They're pretty much all the same. And we're just going to follow the taxiway all the way to the runway. We're in air-to-air mode, so if I click air-to-air mode again, it'll come out of air-to-air mode. I'll go back to my navigation mode. That's fine for now, because, you know, there's no need to be in air-to-air mode right now. And this will be the runway here. I'm just going to turn this bad boy onto the runway. And we're going to take center position here. Now you have to keep in mind there's a crosswind, right? So as I start going down this runway here, the wind is going to try to push me to the left. So I need to counteract that with rudder, with right rudder, and try to keep the aircraft centered on the runway. And theoretically that should be all good and I'll take off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hold the brakes. I'm going to push the throttle forward to full AB. Going to release the brakes. And I'm using rudder to just keep the aircraft centered. You see the wind trying to blow me off. There's quite a lot of crosswind here. See that? Look at this. And then I'm just going to pull back on the throttle and she's just going to come right off the ground for me. Easy. Lots of crosswind here. And I'm going to press G on the keyboard for gears. And you'll see that that goes up and the lights turn off and that's your gear. And we'll press air-to-air mode, and we're good to go. It's that easy. Now you're flying an F-16. It's not so bad, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is turn into where the bandits should be coming from. We're using the flight path on the HSD here, you can see. We also have something called a steer point, but you know, we'll do that in a different video. As we turn in here, we should be getting some contact from some Mig-29s. They'll eventually show up here to try to kill us. Remember, this is the advanced version of the mission I'm doing here today. You can download this mission. If you buy your F-16, you can try this yourself. This is also the Caucasus map that you see. This is a free map. It comes with DCS. You don't have to buy it, right? So all you have to do to try this mission yourself and learn is just buy the F-16 And if you're new, 60% discount. Look at that. That E3 is the AWACS. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain everything to you as we go. AWACS should be up there somewhere in the clouds. I didn't quite see him there. You can see him here on the data link. He's at 37,000 feet. He is who is giving us data link. Without him, we have no data link. Oh, there he is. I see him. You see him in the cons up there? That's our AWACS. We also need to protect him. If he gets killed, no data link. Okay? Then you got to really work your radar, right? You got to learn how to use that radar correctly. And like I said, there's a video to the F-16 radar in the pinned comments below. Alright, everything's looking good so far. Oh. We have Mig-29. There we go. RWR, this is your radar warning receiver, is indicating that we have Mig-29s off the nose. Bearing a 290. We are at 8,000, 9,000 feet and climbing. Our speed is 535 knots at a Mach of 0.96. So that's how you're going to read the HUD. Right? That's all the information you really need there. This is the radar cursor, RDR cursor, and you're going to use this to select your targets. This is your radar screen here. I'm going to increase the range to 80, and there's our bandit. We only see one right now. He's at 13,000 feet, and he's currently being shown to me on data link. Okay, my radar does not see him yet, and you'll see when that changes. Alright, we'll zoom in on this. Look at this. There it is. Now the radar sees him. Okay, so I can go ahead and I'm going to press TMS up. And there's the lock. And you see this circle on the HUD. This indicates this is a shoot cue. As this circle gets larger, it's indicating to me like, okay, now's the time to shoot, right? You're getting a higher... Think of the circle as a probability of kill. Okay, look at that circle. It's getting bigger right now. Range 34 miles, 29,000 feet, Mach 1. Okay, circle's getting bigger. Range 32 miles now. That bandit is nose hot on me. Bearing 282. There's a missile launch. He's shot at me. 28 miles, Fox 3. Alright, and we defend. Okay, as we dive, we will deploy countermeasures, chaff flare, and you'll see the countdown going down, 54, 53, as it deploys those for us. We continue to defend. There's that box showing me where that Mig-29 is. He is also defending. You see him diving down. And we're gonna make sure we don't hit the ground here. Now the tactics of BVR and dogfighting and all that stuff, I discuss those in every video, so you'll learn as you go. But this is just showing you that it's not really that hard in terms of controls and understanding systems. That Mig-29 probably survived because he defended, so I'm going to turn around, I'm going to recommit. I'm looking at the Mig-29s on the data link there. I have a high bandit at 35,000 feet. So I've increased my radar elevation so that I can see up at 35,000 feet. I'm climbing. Look at this, 20 miles. Probability of kill is high. And I'm going to keep pushing him. There's another bandit down low. He shot at me as expected. Fox 3, and we defend. Now, as we've talked about in the past, the high bandit is going to be the priority bandit, right? So we got to focus on him. Alright, multiple missiles on me, that's why we're going cold. And I'm just going to stay cold for a little bit to build some separation so I can turn around and shoot back at these guys again. And we'll go ahead and recommit now. The guy up high I shot at, he should be dead by now, I would imagine. It's very difficult to defend from an up high position like that. So going to recommit here onto the low Mig-29. This is the first guy we shot at who survived our first AMRAAM. I got him locked at 5 miles, Fox 3. Oh, okay, sorry. A little bit rough with the F-16 there. I'm trying to notch him, try to hide behind some trees, because we're very close. That missile should absolutely hit him. You can see the kill behind him of the other guy. We'll go cold now. Alright, that's 2 bandits killed so far. And we have... Datalink is still showing that one guy because he hasn't hit the ground yet. We'll go ahead and recommit. We got the last bandit. Looks like he's Angels 10, I see on Datalink here. Angels 22 now. And there we go, got him locked at 22,000 feet. Hold on, there we go. Now got him locked. 9 miles, Fox 3 will defend. He's gonna die for sure. We'll chaff and flare, just to be safe. He's now 8 miles high, and he is in big trouble. And that's it. We've killed 3 bandits now. That guy is gone. He's off Datalink now. You see, it's really not that difficult. I know the BVR seemed a little bit, challenging. Again, I did the advanced version of this mission. Once you do the basic version, you get better at it. You might want something a little bit more challenging. That's what I just did here. Again, you can download this, try it yourself, have some fun. I don't want to make it sound like DCS is like, some simple thing. It does have a learning curve, of course. But I hope this video at least demonstrated to you that it's not that crazy. Like, you can do it. It's not some unachievable, barrier to entry or something. The one thing I forgot to tell you is that we didn't drop tanks. You can do a selective jettison, but I'll just show you. Here's a fuel. This is where you can see your fuel. 6,600 pounds. Because we have an air-to-air loadout, I can just press jettison here, emergency jettison. Now, if you had bombs and stuff, you wouldn't do that, because it would drop those as well, but for the purposes of this mission, with a full air-to-air loadout, you can do that. Easy way to get rid of your tanks. So, that's it. Pretty simple, guys. So, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.